After 6 months of searching for our next renovation project in Sweden, we finally found a great investment opportunity. And in this video, I will show you everything about how I identified this apartment and how we believe that this could become a great investment for us and a dream home for the next owner. So come along. If you're new here, my name is Linnea and I'm an architect who the past 6 years have been working on larger scale city transitions. And now I'm trying to apply that expertise into a smaller scale, renovating 11 homes together with my husband to see if we can actually build a sustainable real estate business that benefit both people and planet. So after completing our first renovation project in Västerås, we began looking for a next investment opportunity. We knew early on that we wanted to move to a different place, and we found a town called Varberg. So why did we actually think that Varberg was a good place for us to invest into? Well, it is a town that has been growing for the past about, well, let's say 30 years, and it still has a very high standard of living. There is a rich culture of events and happenings summertime that it also spills over to the rest of the year. So if you go downtown and if you go to the different areas, it's a very living place for being Sweden. Because to be honest, a lot of cities and towns in Sweden wintertime become pretty dead. And we do know that if a place has a high standard of livability, it's also likely to be a place that will be interesting for coming years. The other thing that we notice is that the municipality is investing quite heavily into infrastructure, and we could also see that the real estate industry is investing into Varberg. So with these indications combined with the livability of the town, combined with the growing number of citizens, we saw that okay, the risk of us investing here will be much lower than investing somewhere else. So that's why we picked Varberg. With our location chosen, we began looking for our next apartment. And in Sweden, there are two different platforms that you can use. One is called Hemnet, which is a paid platform where whoever advertises pays to advertise. And there is another platform called Booli, which actually is publicly run, and you don't really post on Booli because Booli scrapes and pulls information from Hemnet as well as realtor agents' own websites. So when I start looking, I always start using Booli because there are more objects presented on their website. And what I do is that I use the map view, and in particular in this process, when we have chosen Varberg, I didn't still know, okay, what neighborhood is appropriate. So by looking at the map view over a couple of months, trying to identify fixer-uppers, so I go and look for every single pin and I try to identify, okay, where are the fixer-uppers, and I map it out over time. And after a while, I tend to find patterns. So, okay, in this area, there's a lot of fixer-uppers coming on a frequent basis, whereas maybe in this area, there are less of them. And after I had found a number of different fixer-uppers, I also tried to look at, okay, well, in what neighborhood does the investment opportunity seem to be bigger? Because Booli has a tool that gives you an estimated value of the apartment as well as a span. So what do they think you might have as kind of a bottom price for this apartment and what is the top? And what I then do is that I look at the listed value of the apartment and I compare it to the evaluation that Booli does, because when Booli does the evaluation, it doesn't look at the conditions of the flat. It only looks at, okay, what is the size? Does it have a balcony? In what location is it placed? How have other apartments been sold around? And it just calculates based on that. So I want to make sure that the listed price for the fixer-upper has enough space so that you can use some of the money to renovate your home, use some money to have a really good realtor agent sell your apartment, and still there is money left that will be your profit. At least if it's your purpose, like it's for me, to make a bit of money renovating fixer-upper. And once I've done that, I also start to see, okay, there are many fixer-uppers in these areas, and in these areas I also seem to be more frequently that there is a good investment opportunity. And once I've done that, I sometimes go to Hemnet to find out a little bit more about apartments, but I primarily use Hemnet actually to look for executive auctions listings. But it's something I can talk about another time. So if you're interested, please let me know. And equally, if you're interested in me explaining in more detail how I use Booli as a platform when I search for my next investment opportunity, please do let me know in the comments below. So after having identified in what neighborhoods there seem to be the best investment opportunities in general, I went with my husband to stay in Varberg for a week. And we went around to each neighborhood, we tried to look at how does it look like, how does it feel like, as well as looking at are there amenities, services, green areas. There is, for example, research that shows that a street lined with trees will have a higher value than a street that doesn't have trees on it. So it's important to look for greenery and so on. And after we had been there for a week, we had a lot of information about these neighborhoods, how they feel and look, not just what the number says in terms of if it's a good investment opportunity. And for us, it's really important that we do not only invest to make a profit, but we also invest to make a place that can truly create well-being for whoever will live there. And the surroundings is a big part of that. So after that, I knew, okay, these are the neighborhoods where I see good opportunities, and these are the neighborhoods that I feel have the right atmosphere, the right context, right services, the right amenities for someone to have a really good life. For a couple of months, we just tried to find a good fixer-upper in these neighborhoods, looking at what we're after, and after a while we found one. And that's the apartment I'm sitting in right now. And we saw it through the phone of our realtor agent and gave the first bid. The bidding started 300,000 below the initial asking price, and we won the bidding 25,000 below the asking price. And with all the paperwork done, everything with the bank sorted out and the realtor agent, we finally got access to the apartment, and only a month ago we moved in and started to get familiar with the space and get to know it for our own. And in the next video I will show you around each space of this apartment and also share a bit of our design ideas and what we're going to do to transform this into a dream home for the next owner. So if you'd like to see that, consider subscribing, and if you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up, and I see you in the next one.